What is going on, Trash Talkers? We are back with another episode for you. Today, we're going to be doing a deep dive on the draft profile of Clemson running back Travis Etienne. We're going to tell you who we think he best resembles as his pro comparison. We're going to give you his pros and cons and everything you should expect from him going into the NFL. All that and much more coming your way right now! Nick, we have another draft profile here. And, as we talked about with Najee Harris, we have to round out the running backs with Travis Etienne. And tell us what you like about him.
I really like Travis Etienne. I think he worked well in that Clemson offense over the last few years. I think that he worked well with Trevor Lawrence, and you're going to see Travis Etienne either a late first or an early second round pick, and he's going to go to a team that needs his services. I'm going to be looking at teams like Tampa Bay, the New York Jets, the Miami Dolphins. I think these are three teams that you can look at towards the back end of the first round, early second round that will target him, and he'll fit perfectly with these teams because he is such a great receiving back. He is, I think, by far the best receiving back. He can make great off-balance catches, catch any ball you throw at him. He really looks like a spitting image of Alvin Kamara, but I think he plays a little bit differently. I don't think he's as explosive as a runner, but that's not to take away from his ground game. I think that he is an extremely great runner. I think that his vision is great. His ability to juke around defenders and make them look silly is unbelievable. And I think that he can make anything happen in open space. I think that he has some great upside if he goes to some of the teams that I mentioned.
Absolutely. And then, listen, I'm going to liken him a little bit to Alvin Kamara. That's my pro comparison for him. And Alvin Kamara coming out of the University of Tennessee really wasn't like he wasn't a finished product. He needed coaching. And under the guide of Mark Ingram and some of the running backs coaches in New Orleans, he was able to become the Alvin Kamara we know and love today. So I believe Etienne if he could receive that type of coaching and that type of mentorship at wherever he ends up going, I believe he could turn into the next Alvin Kamara. He's extremely shifty. He doesn't go down right away. I mean, I call Alvin Kamara the human cephalopod, and that's because he shifts his body in different ways and he contorts it so many different ways that it's almost impossible for these defensive backs and defensive tackles and whoever to get him to the ground. It's just not possible. I see a lot of that in Travis Etienne. He finds different creative ways to contort his body to make sure that he's staying up with the football and he's not going down.
Yeah, and one thing that him and Alvin Kamara share is they work on their balance very much. And because he's a smaller guy, he's compact, he's low to the ground, his center of gravity helps him keep that balance. And as he works on it and does stuff like Alvin Kamara does in the offseason, he's only going to get better over time. I think once he gets the groove in whatever system he's in, he's going to have tremendous success. And I actually compare him to LaShawn McCoy. I think that his ability to make defenders miss is very similar. I think his ability to catch out of the backfield is going to be at the elite level of running backs in the NFL right out of the gate. So I think that there's so much upside to Travis Etienne and what he can do for any offense that he is going to be one of the premier weapons looked at in this draft class.
Yeah, I think he is arguably one of the best dual threat running backs that we have seen in the last few drafts coming out. And Overall, I like Etienne. I think he's incredible. I still do place him behind Najee Harris in this draft. However, I believe Najee Harris proved that he can do both of the things that Etienne can do, and both of them even better. With that being said, I just believe that Etienne will end up being drafted behind him, but I still expect him to go toward the end of the first round, possibly beginning of the second round, and really find a home with one of those teams. Well, that's going to do it for now. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.